born in 1948 in New York City. My parents were quite a bit older. They were married 20 years before they had children. In the old days, there weren't all of these ways to verify when you could conceive. They really didn't think that they could have children. They tried, and golly, finally.
So can you tell us a little bit about your parents' background?
My dad thought he was born in America. He didn't find out until he was 65 when he went to apply for Social Security that he was actually born in Romania, which was his parents' homeland. He immigrated when he was 6 months old. In 1910, due to their religious beliefs, due to pogroms.
Wow.
My mother is actually first generation American. Her family also left Romania.
Did they raise you as a religious family? Were you more like culturally religious?
Secular. My mother lit candles. We celebrated Shabbat every Friday night. I don't think she ever made challah. She had separate dishes and silverware and cookware that she used, and she cleaned house thoroughly for Passover. My dad would go to temple on the high holidays, and that was about it. I didn't grow up in a community like Crown Heights, so I didn't have those influences. I belonged to B'nai B'rith Girls, so it's an organization for teenage girls that enabled you to meet other Jewish kids your age. My sister never joined.
Does she see herself as Jewish?
Well, she married someone who is the grandson of a Protestant minister. I think my brother-in-law thinks of himself as being just as Jewish as she is.
Wow.
And they raised their one and only child that way. When I first got married, one of my aunts, one of my mom's sisters, asked her if she was going to sit shiva because I wasn't marrying somebody who was Jewish.
Wow.
And she said no. I think she was a little offended by that.
Are you close, you and your sister?
We were actually estranged for about 10 years. We didn't speak at all because of a disagreement that we had at my mom's funeral. I missed most of my nieces growing up. So my bond with her is, I hate to say this, but it is minimal. And now, we talk, but there isn't the sense of closeness that I have with my oldest girlfriend. It makes me realize just how stubborn and entrenched I am in certain things.
And did you get your stubbornness from your mother or your father?
Oh, my mother.
Your mother.
And yet I have always thought that I'm much more like my dad. My dad used to say that my sister and I were so different that my sister wanted things. Gimme, 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 things. And I wanted time.
What do you do with your time to make it meaningful?
I volunteer with a dog rescue organization. I've fostered pups. I've transported them across the country. I've pulled them out of shelters.
It's very spiritual to be connected to the earth, to be connected to animals.
I feel a very strong commitment to give. Maybe because I never became a mom. My sister had difficulty getting pregnant.
Wow.
And they spent 14 years without having children. It should have given me some idea that this was not going to be the easy thing for me to do. And it turned out that I was able to get pregnant once, and the pregnancy had to be terminated because it wasn't a viable fetus. That was after 2.5 years of trying. And then I spent another 2 years trying, or we spent another 2 years trying, and I said, you know, I can't do it anymore. It's a terrible journey that a woman makes alone, no matter how close they are to their partner and soulmate. The emotional roller coaster only has one seat, sadly.
Wow.
So we never had children.
Did you have a doctor who was helping you?
Mm-hmm. He was the one who started me going back to temple.
How come?
Because he was a member, you know, and he kept telling me, Dottie, just commit yourself to going to temple. It'll happen. So I did, and in doing that, I took over the organization of having people bring food to temple for after services. I like reaching out to people. Sometimes I don't like the people, but it doesn't stop me from reaching out. The reason why we're here is to give back.
What exactly do you feel in it is your purpose?
We're meant to live in groups and to help each other because we can't do it alone. We're just, you know, either we're not that clever, we're not that fortunate, we don't live in the right place, you know, whatever it might be. We all need help. I honestly think it should be easier to give than to get.
And do you feel that being a Jew gives you something more? Like helps you more? How, in what way?
Yeah. What it means to me, being Jewish, is being there for others, providing for their needs.
When do you feel Jewish?
I feel Jewish when I'm in my garden because it's life that gives beauty and sustenance. Mm-hmm.
Everything that you're doing, that you're saying to us, it's all about giving life, giving life.
I never got angry about not having children, but especially now, I miss them. I miss the non-existent children, the children I never had, and that's because of my niece's 2 kids.
Wow.
Because they're also 2 little ones that I don't see frequently. I hope I do.
Do you have anything that you feel that should be said to the world, to the generation?
So much of what we can give doesn't cost anything. You don't have to be a rich person to give. I know that as for being Jewish, I am extremely fortunate. I had no relatives who lost their lives due to Hitler. I'm frightened.
So do you think that the world is going to a better place?
Yes. I'm optimistic about that. I have to be.
Thank you, Dottie.
You're very welcome. I feel like this was therapy. This is a very cleansing experience.
Wow.
So thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you both.
Thank you. You are very, very inspiring.